Nice,
what
nice
can
start.
we say? Yeah, it says it all the way up. Oh dear. Well, that stirs work, doesn't it? F-O-U-E-T, maybe? I'd play... I would have play F-O-U-E-T. It's not a very nice leave, but... No.
He's heard you.
He has. They're listening. Yeah, keeping IU for... Oh, he hasn't.
Oh.
He's decided I don't know what I'm talking about. Got to be some nerves kicking in at this point. It's really getting crucial, isn't it?
Fowett has got to be the...
I would have thought so.
It's got to be the move out of that.
Yeah. Come on, put it back. He's thinking about UFO, which is obviously a nicer leave. But is it that many points nicer? 12 for UFO, 24 for...
Retains the E, but...
Yeah. I'll take the 24.
Leaves a lot of vowels.
Yeah, IETU is not that nice. Can easily go wrong. Plus he's now shown Paul that he's holding ET, if that matters. Yeah, he could be in time trouble. He's already nearly 2 minutes. Thinking about whether UFO is better.
So he's decided to change instead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do we think about that? Well, I know what I think about it. What do you think about that?
It's very strange putting the tiles on the board and then taking them off and then deciding to change.
But, yeah, not so much that as the fact he's actually changed from that rack. Yeah. I wouldn't have changed. So, has it worked out?
Not really. Slightly better.
It is better. Paul's got caped lined up for, which would be 26. Paste for 26. Sorry, paste. Yeah, 26. Pactor maybe 24, keeping ED.
I like Pactor, I think,
Me too.
over
Yeah, me too.
Paste.
Yay for the vertical starters.
You're in that camp, are you, Natalie?
Yep, very much so.
Me too.
Yeah. $24 for Paul. W, pretty horrible tile. The B, fairly horrible. Lining up web.
Yep, that seems reasonable to me.
That's bewept through the P for 26, which scores quite a lot more. Web is only 20. That's not a great draw, is it, for Paul?
It's not. I don't think he's got anywhere to play the Q.
Nope.
Note.
Oh, and look at Jess's rack there. Augite with a blank.
Yeah.
Does Pactor take an S?
I'm not sure.
Nor me. I don't know. Morning. Is that Philip there on the stream? Just saying hello to people in the chat. Okay, no S on Pacta. It's the plural already.
Of Pactum.
But he's going to have something anyway. Paul's got whelm from the W. If you can't get rid of the Q, then just score and get rid of some other tiles. It scores nicely. You're not liking that?
Not much.
Is it 30? No, yeah. I like it. What else can he do? Other than change.
Other than change, yeah.
And it's 26, not 30. Whelm. WHELM. We've seen Jesse play a couple of phonies yesterday, haven't we? I wonder if he's going to pop an S on Pacta. Surely not.
You never know.
Maybe Paul needs to change. Would he sacrifice 26 points to change?
Change keeping red or something like that.
DQR is not great, is it, from
No.
Whelm? But anyway, I would play Whelm and play through it, but I don't know if that's correct or not. I would take the points. Somebody's asking if it... Yeah, I think take the points for Whelm. Oh, okay. Is that reasonable? That looks quite reasonable as well. MEA. Quick look on Championship player is putting MEH in second place after it's 27, so it's a best score.
So Whelm is first?
Nope, changing is first.
Oh.
Keeping DELR. So I'm not running simulations, but that was just a quick Championship player. And he's drawn well.
He's got his...
Look at that, he's drawn his vowels,
yeah.
because Q's are very hungry for vowels, and he's got the U
He's
as
got
well.
the U for the Q now.
Nearly drawn daiquiri, but not quite. He's made it quite awkward for the bonus there.
The only place I can see to play it is parallel to...
Yeah, me too. To Pacta.
To Pacta.
Unless we're missing 8s.
Unless Jesse does try to pluralise it.
He might. Are we missing 8s? I suspect there's some 8s there that we haven't seen.
Anything from the A?
I don't think there are any 8s, no. There's more than 1 7 there, obviously, as well as Augeitz's Unitage. Bonus with an F as well. It's a bit how I feel this morning.
Oh, fatigued.
Yep. Yeah, it's exhausting stuff, all this criticising other people's play, isn't it? Rather than actually playing. Is he lined? Oh, I'm just trying to see what he's lined up there. He's got 4 playable 7s. I've mentioned 3 of them already. The other one is with an L as the blank. Which I can never pronounce it. Yeah, sorry, we've got a score error. Paul's on 51 now, and Jesse 24. Thank you for pointing that out in the chat.
Which one of the sevens is the computer suggesting?
Well, Unitarge scores the best because it parallels along the TA, whereas the others just parallel with the A. So Unitarge is the one, but he's going for Orgeit's, 3 points fewer. Decision whether to play it on the left or the right, I can't see it makes any difference at all. 61 points, putting him on 81. Paul not going to be too disappointed because he must have some decent comeback there, I would think. Does he have anything on the double-double? Paul's a great player. I'm expecting to see a good game here. There is a nice move which gets a lot of points out of his cue. Just wondering if he's going to spot it. Yes, we are reading the chat. It's Natalie Zolti here. Well, I'm reading the chat, and Ash Coldrick, who's following on the stream. We're trying to quackle, read the chat, do everything at the same time, but I am reading your comments in the chat, Joseph, yes.
So something like Quail plays parallel to Orgeit's.
Yep. There are better scores than that. 34 for Quail. If he looks elsewhere other than the at what Jesse's just played, he's actually got a considerably better score than that elsewhere, which I think he's got lined up. Yes,
Onto
he
this,
has.
onto the C at the
Yeah,
top.
very nice.
Yeah.
Quadric. So 41 points takes him on to 92. So why? Oh,
Jesse's
it's a
challenging.
challenge. Okay, so 41 plus 5. Is it? It's obviously a mathematical term, isn't it? Quartics, quadrics. I should know, and I can't think. Maybe he's thinking, oh, it's just quadratic. But
we know it's good anyway.
yeah, Paul has really good word knowledge. 97, that's going to be then, playing 81. Both on 18 minutes, taking their time a bit so far. Paul kept an eye, didn't he, I think? Just agreeing the scores.
He used the eye, didn't he? For
He kept another one though, didn't he? I thought.
Okay.
Oh no, it was an L, wasn't it? I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Quite an awkward rack for
It is. It is
Jesse.
an awkward rack lacking in ease, and CG combination is not nice. That needs to be broken up. Somebody's saying Jesse should know his quadric surfaces. I know somebody said yesterday, is he PhD? Is he doctor? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
No
but
idea.
Okay. Paul got ninja with an IL. He's Jess's split up dog off from the rest of the rack. Yes, Jesse has a PhD in what though? Quadrics? No. not in a hard science. Okay. He's got dog cart onto the tee if he wants to be really aggressive, but he's just going for a straightforward, taking the triple there with a dog. Quacker likes Droogs, DROOGS, onto the S of Orgites. There was a rather crazy move of Apehood through PEH.
Wow.
Yeah, not necessarily a great move, but interesting.
I like Droog, though, on that move.
Yeah. I guess dog's okay, but 19 ACOR. If he draws an E, another decent consonant. Carfox, and Carfox is right, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know that one.
No, I'm sure it's right.
Carfox.
Looking at me like I've gone mad. I'm sure that's correct. Yeah. Carfox. I'm sure somebody will point out very quickly in the chat if I've made that up. $100 playing, 100 for Jesse, 97 for Paul. Interesting. How is he going to get points out of that J and a decent rack leave without giving too much back? See, he's lining up Ginny. No, is he? J-I-N-N-I. But is he going to play that in an aggressive spot, and which is under? No,
Under
he's
the
not.
D.
Okay. Yeah. That's best, isn't it? 28. That's good. Gives away nothing. It looks a good move. I haven't gone mad. Carfox and Carfax and Cargeese. The Carfox likes to eat Cargeese. Yeah. There you go. $125 playing 100. Simple scoring and balancing looks like play Fox and keep CARE. Fox will play at the top with Wex. That looks like just pretty basic scoring and balancing move.
It's a good keep after Fox.
Paul nearly got. Am I making words up again? Is sub? Oh no, I'm looking at subaudial. That's not quite right, is it? Is that right? Sub. Looking at me, I might be making up names.
Subaudial.
Yeah, I think just ignore that. Yeah, somebody's saying I get really confused with the various gins and ginnies and which ones take S's and which don't. And
Yeah.
DJINNY always looks strange, and some take Y, some don't. I should really learn those.
And which ones take S's?
Yeah. I'm sure there's some 8s there that Paul's got. It's looking like a familiar sort of rack.
He's taken your suggestion anyway and played Fox.
It looks like a standard move. To remind everybody, after this game at about it won't be quarter to 12, it's going to be nearer midday probably, Dave Brannan will be coming onto the stream and he will answer any of your questions that you have about the event, the organisation of the event. He says he's quite happy to answer any questions. So I think obviously there have been a lot of comments. I've probably got some questions as well. So it would be good if people were around to take him up on that. Builders. Look, he's nearly got Cargoose now with a G. If that G wasn't blocked at the bottom.
That's a good overlap by Paul.
130 for Jesse, 125. Interesting to note that Paul has pretty much played all of Quackle's top moves
Yeah.
so far,
Yeah.
if not all. MEH slightly. I didn't really run simulations, but yeah, he's pretty much played every top option. 160 for Paul. Oh, he's been rewarded with a rather horrible draw, though. So Nick Ivanovsky saying Acer up the top. Acer scores a massive points. Scores 41 points, making WEXE.
That's got to be the move, isn't it?
Keeping OOS, but if you're scoring 41 points, you probably don't care too much. There's nothing else that scores anything like that.
Slightly dangerous with the Wexed.
Yeah.
Wex's
Mhm.
hook.
Yeah. Oh dear. Paul can't quite get in EUO UAE, can he? Through
No.
that U, nearly, but not quite. Is he going to be looking to change?
I think so.
Quackle likes playing force from the F for 33. Acer is also up there, as is just OE, WA, XE and Moo.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, you've got the S for the hook,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Which is true with Acer as well.
But so's Paul.
Yeah, but
He
not a
doesn't
lot
know,
else.
he doesn't know that. No.
Not a lot else with it. 130, 160. AUE for Paul being suggested top right. Somebody's saying if Jesse plays Acer, then Paul will play SEA and Wexes and just take
Yeah.
the points
Take
from
the
that.
points.
Yeah, got to. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Jesse having a good think. It is quite a tricky rack, isn't it?
It's all going to be in the top right-hand corner, though, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Both using their time pretty well. Jesse's down to almost 11 minutes.
Yeah, they are. Lots of games still to go.
Is he thinking about just getting rid of the two O's?
Well, it's a good leave.
And he's spotted Acer.
Yeah.
So I think he's really forced Paul to utilise the S on his rack.
Yes, he has.
It scores too much to refuse it, I think.
Definitely. Oh,
Ooh.
no. Oh dear. Oh, okay. The Z's going to use up a couple of the O's, isn't it?
I think C is about the only move he can play here.
Yeah. He's still going to have a bit of a think about it.
Scores 38, I think.
Okay, not too much to think about then.
No.
171, playing 160. The other option, well, actually, I don't suppose there is anything worth considering, as though the other thing was to dump vowels through the Q, AQ, UAE, but
He's
that
got
just gives loads away and
he's got to take the points, I
doesn't
think.
achieve much. He's having a good think about it though, because obviously keeping 4 vowels is not the
ideal.
best, and keeping A, E, O, U, he's relying on drawing some decent consonants, but it's best easily. Going to put him on 198 if he does it. Here it goes. Yeah, he's played Quackle's top move every
time so
far, with possible exception of MEH, but thereabouts the top. Yeah.
And there's C.
So, is there anywhere to dump the Z and lots of those O's? Oh, he's playing quickly. Zoot, yeah. Got to be best. Yeah. Puts him on 208. 208 playing 198. Drawn a couple of consonants, but not. Could have done with
not
another
great,
one. No, it's almost great. Playing too fast now. Can't keep up. And now he is dumping the. Oh no, sorry, I'm missing the fact that he's got Aquatone.
Ooh. Very nice.
I didn't see that quickly enough. 69 points. He saw it straight away. So 267 playing 208. Obviously, with those letters, Jess is going to get a bunch of points somewhere.
Any of you Star Wars fans out there, he's got a Wookiee on his rack.
He has. Yeah, that would score loads at the top left,
Yeah.
if only. .208, 267. He's got some big scoring options now.
Although he's got no E or A to go on the back of on the front of the T of Aquatone, so it's going to have to be down.
Somebody's in the chat suggesting Kowtows or KOTOWS means using its S, but it scores loads down alongside Aquatone in the bottom corner there, scores a lot. .53. Wox is 54, even more. He's got that lined up on his rack. Is there much to choose between playing off the extra 2 tiles for Kowtows? Either way.
Which would you prefer getting rid of, the Y or the W, you think?
Oh, the W for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. W's are pretty awful. I think Y's can be quite useful scoring tiles. Yeah. But they both get rid of the W, don't they? It's just whether he plays KOTOWS or Wox.
Yeah.
He's got Wox ready to go. That's going to put him on 261 if he does it. Still a obviously decent scoring spot top left, but I'm not sure whether Paul has anything there, does he?
It would have to end in P or T, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Or F, which is, yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, or F, which is going to be more difficult.
No, it's not going to happen, is it? So, yeah. The thing about Kowtow...
Okay.
Oh.
He's opted to keep the S.
I don't like that. I would have taken more points, but okay. Not sure on the thinking there. Be interesting to find out. Seems to have drawn quite well though.
He's
250 for Jesse, 267 for Paul. Somebody's saying he's keeping the Y for Zooty.
Zooty, yeah.
But
that's what I was just
would have
going to
kept
say.
it anyway with Wox, whatever. Did he not like? I think Kowtow's was best. Did he perhaps not like putting the S? Oh no, the S there was not a threat at all, was it? Don't know. Yokings is good, is it? Yokings. So he's really had a lucky draw if that's the case.
Is it good?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to, yeah, I believe it is. Yep. 100 points.
So, that's good.
Yeah. That's going to be a bit of a game turner.
It is.
Because it's, I was just going to say it's not going to be blocked. Four pets. And a challenge.
And a challenge.
Once again finds Quackle's top move for 48 points. He's playing really well.
Yeah.
But Yokings is going to be very nice. So he's going to get the extra 5 for that. It will put him on 320. It's going to be 320 playing 250. And then assuming that Jesse goes for Yokings, it's going to get 100 plus a challenge maybe.
Yeah, if he goes for it.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we take bets? I think he's going to go for it. If not, then he's just going to go York or something there, isn't he? But
if he doesn't go for it, then I suppose he's got ONY for a good score.
yeah.
But
Has Paul got the blank there? Yeah. It's going to keep it interesting, isn't it? He's got something off the G probably with that. I'm just trying to see what he's got with it. Maybe. It's a decent rack anyway. Come on, Jesse, go for Yokings. It's going to make it very interesting.
he's not arranged it in his rack, so
No.
maybe he hasn't seen it.
But he didn't arrange to play Smirk with genitals or gelatins yesterday, did he? And then suddenly there it was.
He went for it.
Yeah. Not that he wouldn't know it, but we didn't know whether he'd seen the SMERK hook. Paul must have some options there. Does he have something off the G? I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing anything off the G at the moment.
I know Veliger, Veliger with an S, but I can't see one starting in G. There may be. If Jesse doesn't go Yokings, then Paul's in pretty good position. He's got 7 lined up, but I don't know where he's looking to play that. There's obviously a few 7s there, but I can't see where they go.
Jesse was looking deep in thought. Maybe he's thinking.
Not surprised with. Oh, he's only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Wow, and 18 tiles in the bag. He's got to be thinking whether to go for it or not.
Yeah. And
is he keeping us?
He is going
Well,
for
we
it.
don't know. Is he stopping
Is
there?
or is he stopping?
I thought he might just go yock. If he just does that, then he's going to be giving. Has he hit the clock, or is he still thinking? He's still thinking. Ooh.
He's gone. He's committed the move.
Yeah. Oh dear. Given that you didn't, that one didn't know Yo Kings, is Yock right leaving the K there?
I don't like it.
No. 293, playing 320. So does Paul have a bonus down the side? Oh, look, he's drawn nicely over there though. I know the ones with the S, can't see anything that's fitting. Like servile and veilers, and I don't see anything fitting.
Overlie.
Yes. Is he going to do that? Very risky though. 2 S's not seen. Is he going to want to do that? I don't like it. I don't like it. It's 95 points though, but potentially going to give a load of points back again. Somebody in the chat saying he would play overlie every time. He's also got redeliver through the ED. For considerably fewer points. So he's got overlie for 95 and redeliver for 76. How much extra is Jesse likely to get if he plays?
Is that the only bonus that's playable from down from the K?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And of course, if he doesn't play there, then Jess is going to get quite a few points from the K. So it does seem that overlie is best, but it's something that would take a bit of thinking about. Interesting position. Of course,
he has to take it out.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, if he saw redeliver through the ED, I don't think he'd take it.
You don't think he'd play redeliver?
No. I think he'd.
Well, it's such a points difference as well. He's got to go overlie. Quackle is giving overlie actually a massive, pretty much 100% win.
And it's going to take him into a 100-point lead, isn't it?
Yeah, over 100, yeah. There's no chance he won't see it, is there?
No.
8 minutes left. He will have run through the alphabet for that blank.
He will have seen it, and he's maybe looking for something else because it's
lining them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, because it's too risky. Lining them up alphabetically there. Is there a chance he's not seen it? I wouldn't have thought so.
Wouldn't have thought so.
7 minutes on his clock, and still 15 tiles in the bag. They're going to be pushed for time at the end. Here he goes. Overlie for 95. 415 he will be on, and 293. he's going to get maybe 50 odd points back again, but I don't think it's enough to worry about. Yeah, somebody's saying Paul doesn't blow his own trumpet, but he's extremely good. I was saying earlier, I think he's played Quackle's top move pretty much every move which I've not seen while we've been on the stream.
Yeah.
It's been impressive.
It's tough to do that.
It is. To play a Quackle perfect game is pretty, certainly not something I've ever managed. Somebody's saying, thinking that YO, keeping kings, would have been better if you weren't sure of the bonus, or what you suggested, which playing up.
Oni.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Rio and Oni.
I think Yok was, well, it was a bold move, and quite dangerous.
It was a nice leave, but dangerous. What was Paul's previous move? I'm just trying to see whether he could infer that Paul had the blank. Not really, he just turned over a lot of tiles with 4 pets, so difficult to say. So maybe quite unlucky for Jesse that Paul hit a bonus having just turned over 6 tiles.
And no playable bonus for Jesse.
No. 8 tiles in the bag. Fairly nice selection, not seen from Jess's point of view. Still another S. Quackle is actually suggesting that he leaves that overlie spot.
And create something else?
Looking at, I don't know whether this is a good suggestion, he's looking at Fagin, top right.
Okay.
His win percentage has got to be so pretty small at this point, so is he just looking to get some points for spread?
122 points behind.
And not many bonus lanes.
No.
In fact, pretty much none.
You've got the area around 4 pets, but
You mean parallel coming down?
yes, yeah.
Not going to be easy though.
There's pretty much nowhere else though, is there?
There's also the overlier, so he's got the R for overlier. And are there any other R's unseen? 1. And the best he can do is something like grins, gurns, girls. They're all 51 points. Legs. So he's still keeping kind of bonus friendly tiles, but there's not going to be anywhere to bonus, is there? 48 for Liggs, 341 playing 415.
Well, that's taken out one of the lanes down the side of 4 pets.
The high scoring, there are a few high scoring tiles left, so possible scores alongside Aquatone, and at the top left there's a, well, he's drawn it now, there's the Y and an H. So 4 tiles in the bag. From Paul's point of view, AHILMNRRSVY. I'll just type that in. So 4 tiles in the bag. I'll just type into the chat what the unseen are for Paul, who's on turn. Just a reminder that Dave Brannan is going to be joining us immediately after this game for a question and answer session. So if anybody's got any questions?
So what should Paul do here? I think he may be thinking about Den down the side of Aquatown.
Yeah, he needs to take
Leaving one in the
one
back.
of those. Yeah, he needs to take.
Not playing up up the top left because that would open up another bonus line.
Den looks
Yeah.
right. Or Ned.
Oh, has he managed to leave the V in the bag?
Yeah, the V is in the bag. 341 playing 440. So the only thing that Jesse can do now is try to get some points up there on the top left. Does he have any decent score up there? He can't play. There's no point really in playing one off and trying for a bonus. It's not going to happen, is it?
It's certainly not going to happen with the V in the bag.
Well, no. No. Somebody says that beating Nigel should count as 1.5 wins. Then that would change things a bit. Yeah, it should for me. It should count as more than 1.5. I'm just going to have a look at the enhanced scoreboard. So, no, actually we haven't got the result in yet. This is round 29, isn't it? So results are not in yet. Somebody querying about Alexius Quash's scorecard. Yeah, I haven't heard what's happened there. I do know a little bit. I'll explain about that in the next game that I'm commentating in.
Nice.
It may well be that his scores have vanished.
He's gone for Yaman.
Somebody's asking if Kevin is on 22 wins. Yeah, Kevin is showing us on 22 wins. He beat Jerry by quite a big amount. Is somebody querying whether that's correct or not? I can check it out. All the scorecards are messed up. It is possible that Alexius Quash's scores have disappeared. There was a bit of a query over his play. I will look into that and get back to you. I'm sure it will be put right before the next round. Is Yaman right? It is right, isn't it? Y-A-M-U-N, it is a word, isn't it?
I have never seen it.
He's gone over time, actually, hasn't he?
Yes.
$29 points for Yaman, Y-A-M-U-N. I think it's... Yeah, he's played it anyway, hasn't he? So... Paul still has a few minutes to work out his optimal endgame. Jesse holding VIRS. Anybody in the chat like to say what his best moves are?
So could this be a perfect game for Paul then? As far
I
as
can't see that he's done any moves that weren't. Obviously, I just did championship player. I didn't win simulations, but I think it looks like a pretty perfect game. Which is quite something for somebody that doesn't want to come on the stream. He's now come on the stream and played what looks like the perfect game. He just needs to put heel down alongside overlies there. Come on, Paul. Could be perfect. Getting it lined up. for 34 points, and and he's played the perfect game. I can't see anything. The only slight one where we had a slight query was when he played MEH, whether he should have changed, but it was a lot of points to give up. Jesse already over, trying not to go another minute over. Yeah, it's in the chat. MEH is debatable, but otherwise he's played a perfect game. It's not something that you see very often on the stream, so very impressive play by Paul. So the final score's 474, playing 389, but Jesse is going to lose 10 points on time there. You lose 10 points for every minute or part thereof.
And
389 for Jesse, but he'll lose 10, so 379. It's going to be a spread of around 100.
And almost a perfect game for Paul.
Yeah, arguably it was perfect. To say a little bit of debate around MEH, but otherwise perfect. And as announced previously, I've got Dave Brannan joining me now on the chat.
Hey, Natalie.
Has anybody got any questions that they would like to ask? Actually, I'll put you back onto Sumbul as well as MSA ambassador.
Hello, everyone.
Sounds like a whirlwind going on. Hey, Sumbul.
Hello, Rick.
It's Dave.
Dave, you're alive.
So, has anybody got any questions? Did anybody actually write anything in, or?
Okay, Dave, you have a question about Alexis, if that's how you say his name. Alexis, was he ejected from the tournament?
So there was a ruling overnight which the tournament team looked at and then conferred with the relative authorities about a play that happened during a game yesterday. I was not involved in any of the decision. It was the tournament organisation team. It was literally the tournament director's decision, and it was deemed that something happened during a game, and I don't want to go into the details, but at the moment, yes, a player is no longer involved in the event.
Okay, thank you. Someone asked on Twitch, how do you decide which game to show?
Well, that is always a contentious one, because I know that the top players wanted to see Nigel and maybe the top 3 or 4 players all of the time. But again, I deferred this decision. We organised the tournament, but we very much want the community to help and assist in what they want to see. That being said, we also want to go to a wider ranging community that can understand and be brought into the game. And so we left it to the tournament directors again to choose the games. And I think personally that we got the balance right for the first few days, and obviously we're playing the higher games now. I would have actually included some of the other language games to give those a chance as well. And I think that the team that have put it together have done an excellent job. To be honest with you, it feels like probably the best Scrabble event we've ever done so far. So, and I think the selection is never going to please everyone.
Okay. Another question. So, Dave, why isn't there a comprehensive prize list yet?
I thought that the prize pool had been put up, so I'll apologise for that, because I actually signed off the prize pool early yesterday morning for the total allocation. In fact, it might have even been the night before, once we had everything finalised. I do know Rachel and the team have been running around setting up other tournaments within the room, so apologies for that, and as soon as I get off the stream I will make sure. I thought it had been posted. I don't know if it's on the Facebook page, but if it hasn't, then totally take responsibility for that, and our apologies, and I'll make sure it happens now.
Okay, Dave, that's someone on Twitch says that sounds good in theory, but why is streaming the top players only incompatible with bringing more people to the game?
Right at the moment, Scrabble needs to be shown to a wider audience, and the streams that we will do here, though live, will also be sent out after this to wider audiences, and so we want to send them into schools. We want to show them in some other training sessions, and if we only showed the best and the perfect players, then I don't think that that's always a balanced view, and I think that what we need is to show that new players can come through and new players can compete against the top, and where they make the mistakes and why they made the mistakes. So we want to use the content for a wider ranging audience than just the live stream.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Any more questions from anyone else? I'm looking, people are just talking about the video here, which is on Facebook or Twitch. And the prize pool is live on the Mind Sports Academy website, to be honest. Okay, there's a comment from Edward. To be honest, sending B grade Scrabble into schools isn't going to be more accessible than A grade. Your take on that, Dave?
I disagree. After 5 years of trying to get things into schools, and Sumble, you've also tried to get things in schools yourself. We can all sit and debate who is doing the right thing and the wrong thing here. I don't think at the moment anyone is going to invest as much as I have and my team have in trying to get Scrabble out to the world. And we have tried numerous ways to do things, and we will keep on trying to do it. As long as it's positive for Scrabble and for new people to come on board, we'll keep trying new things. And so consistently just showing Nigel, Brett, Jesse, Wellington and some of the other top players in the world, I think it's great. I do agree, and the majority of the broadcast has been that. But I also think that you want to see people from other countries, you want to see other countries represented, they want to recognise people from that country, and they want to recognise people that they play against. And so we're trying to get it to a wider audience, and we believe that this is the right way. And most of the people, to be honest, agree.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Go on, Natty. It's okay. Okay. Oh yeah. So Edward says, "Be that as it may, you have done a lot of work on this, but you have got to be disappointed with the turn up."
Turn up for which? For the children or for the adults, or both?
I'm gonna let him reply back. Okay. And there's a question from, I'm assuming, Andrew. Are you and Vespa trying to do anything together? Oh, let's get you.
Oh dear. Okay. I consistently talk with Ellie. We definitely have different views on how we need to promote Scrabble. I take instruction from Mattel, who own the brand, and so therefore I can only do certain things. In the past, I have tried to do things myself, and I clearly have got several things wrong. I will continue to talk with Vespa, but there is a commercial reality about what we can and can't do. I don't think we're on the same page, not going to deny that. Where I do think me and Ellie both agree is, in our own way, we're trying to make sure that Scrabble moves forward, and I hope that one day that we can all talk off the same hymn sheet, but I've got to admit I don't see that at this moment in time.
And when he was talking about being disappointed with the turn up, he was talking about the adults here.
And no, I think that this is probably one of the better. I mean, people can't afford to travel. We had no choice but to put this into the UK. That is, again, as my instructions from Mattel, and therefore it's going to be very, very difficult for a lot of people from Asia to travel, and I fully appreciate that. When we tried to go to Qatar a couple of years ago, the very reason that we did that was because it was more central to several countries, and yes, that went wrong, but what we tried to do was right. I totally appreciate that if you're looking from Asia's point of view, that you haven't had a world championship from Mattel, and every year, so that everyone is aware, I ask, can I take it to Asia? Every year I have tried to move it out of Europe, and I have not been allowed. And I will keep on asking, because I absolutely believe that there should be a world championship in Asia.
Can I ask a question? Hi, it's Natalie. I wanted to ask a question. I mean, I'm asking it as somebody sitting here as an amateur commentator, doing our best, whatever. Obviously, there's been quite a lot of criticism. It's a world championship. It's a Mattel event. Why would they not pay for professional? Obviously, you've got professional camera people. Why would they not pay for professional commentary? Because I think this should be professional commentary.
Budget. At the end of the day, when we actually wanted to actually set everything up, I fight every year to get the budget that I can to actually even put the event on.
Right.
And with it being the 70th anniversary, their focus has been on the roadshow in Germany, France and London,
Okay.
and then the final in London. And so we didn't even know for sure until 7 weeks ago that we were even moving the final to
No,
London.
I appreciate that
And
was.
so
yeah.
budget only allowed, and so that you know, in previous years Mattel haven't paid. I've actually paid for commentators to come across.
Yeah.
I pay for the board. The only reason that there is actually any broadcast at the level that they are is because I invested in it. And so when I stopped investing, Mattel didn't change the budget. So I also believe, and as much as we went out for commentators, I totally understand. Robin and Jesse, who've done it in previous
yeah,
years,
I was thinking
I
of
love
Robin
that.
and Jesse.
I love those guys. I think
Yeah.
that they are fantastic. I've worked with them
They
a
are.
million times, and I would have loved to have been able to afford to fly them over. But flying them over, putting them up for a week and paying them is a significant amount out of a budget.
Yeah.
And so as much as I want that to happen, I also support the fact that I've got new people coming along and appealing to a new generation. I think Ash is got a fantastic voice
He
for this
has.
type of thing, and I
Yep.
would love to keep on working with him. I
Yep.
think he's a great guy. Sumbul, I think everybody knows that I think Sumbul is the next generation,
Yep,
and that she
sure.
has to learn. And people are going to say, okay, she shouldn't learn at a World Championships. Well, I'm sorry, I disagree on that. I
I've got
think you-
Robin on the chat here saying, thanks, Dave. Why do you need us to be there? Why can't we do it remotely?
I didn't, from a technical point of view, I think they sat with some of the people and asked
Okay.
how that was working.
Mhm.
And I'll be honest, from a personal point of view, I haven't been as involved
Right.
this time around. But Robin, lovely to hear from you. Hope we can talk again soon.
Yeah.
And if I can get Mattel to confirm future events, then maybe this is something we do need to address.
Yeah.
And it is something I would seriously consider, because I would always love to work with Robin and Jesse.
And what's happening for the commentary for the finals in London?
For the finals in London, if Brett doesn't
Okay.
actually make
Yeah.
the final two,
Right.
we've actually got 5 of the top players lined up
Oh,
to
brilliant.
do
Okay.
commentary. And
Brilliant.
also from tomorrow, obviously being the quarterfinals, we will have other people
Yeah, sure.
involved as well.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
So apologies if some people don't feel that we've thought this through. I feel that we have thought it through, but yes, have we made some, is there always need to improve? There always is, absolutely.
Shall I pass you back, Symbol? Do you want to, or do we need to get on with the next
Carry on.
game?
Is there any other questions? Because I see, just from my point, I see a
There
lot
is. I'm
I
just
see a lot of comments going on social media, and I want to, and I get informed of them. I don't see them myself, and I just want to be able to answer people's questions where we can. I appreciate they can start the game, but I know
It
running to the game.
says, I think you.
The question was, has there been any problems with visas? Yes, there is always problems with visas. It's nothing to do with the hostile climate in the UK, though. It's usually the country of origin rather than UK itself. UK is quite good for visas. In fact, it's very easy. It's why we can't go to some countries, because you can't get visas. But no, generally, I think we've had as many countries, if not more, turn up for this event. We've had nearly 30 countries, I think. So
I've got a question from Callum Edwards here saying, will the integrity of the game be maintained, or is it going to change beyond recognition?
I would never change the integrity of the game. I employ people from the Scrabble community. I think Amy Byrne is an excellent ambassador, and as far as I'm concerned, and when any incident comes up, whatever our differences are with WESPA or the ABSP, we will always refer to them if it's a ruling, and so we would never interfere in the game itself.
Okay, that's good to know. Yes, Cornelia is asking, like to see the correct scores broadcast. What is the problem with that? They are broadcast, but obviously they're taking them from what we say, so we have to say the scores before they appear on the.
I
don't know why that
Cornelia,
is.
you've caught me on that one, because
I don't know why that is either.
I don't know if there is. I didn't know there was there was anything wrong with the scores. Sorry, apologies.
I guess the person that's updating them on the, it's not us, is it? That is not running Quackle and is not out there knowing what the scores. I don't know. I will try and find out from the camera.
If you could
person.
find that out,
Yeah.
and then whoever's doing
Yeah.
the next. So
Yeah.
Cornelia, apologies if it's wrong. That I'm sure the team are doing the best to make sure that it
We
is
are
as
trying
accurate.
to keep it up to date as much as we can. Yeah.
And I know that the incident overnight and this morning threw things out a little bit. I don't know if that's affected it. I'm not using that as an excuse, but
probably not the scores. But I say we're doing our best, aren't we, to
Yeah.
keep them up to date. They are said aloud but not posted.
yeah, I know that Peter is doing nothing but sitting there and posting the results up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely. Maybe also because the feed is lagging. I think what you're seeing is about 15 seconds, we reckon, behind. So although we're saying them, you might not be seeing it for another 15 seconds or so. So that could be why as well.
okay. So
Yeah.
any other questions? There's one or two I'm surprised they haven't been asked. So
Do you want to ask them yourself and then answer them?
why Torquay?
Why Torquay?
We had
nobody
to.
said that.
Yeah, we have to come to the UK, and I actually think, to be honest with you, I've been out in the arena, and I've been speaking to many of the players. Actually, this feels like it's probably one of the best tournaments we've done, and the area, certainly everyone seems to enjoy the
It is a
area.
really nice venue.
Yeah.
It is really nice. It's perhaps not coming across on the photos, but it is a nice venue. Yeah.
And also, I think of the social side and where everyone
Mhm.
stayed, that's worked
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And is there going to be one next year? We asked Mattel, and we asked Mattel, can we announce? My concern for next year, and I will announce this now so everyone knows, I will not compete with the Niagara event as far as dates goes. I think that Jason Borsma and the team run one of the best events in the world, and I wouldn't want to put something around that. Equally, I know Westboro are running one in India, and I don't want to compete around that as well. So until Mattel tell me I can run an event, I don't know what dates I can pick for next year, but I will try and make it as accessible for everyone when we do know what we're doing.
Okay.
Is that it?
I don't know if there's anything on Facebook, Symbol, is there?
I got off lightly, really, for me.
How does the expulsion affect the standings?
Sorry?